Hello everyone, very good evening. Welcome to ARD. My name is Varsha Dhiman and this is your on current affairs sessions, agriculture and rural development current affairs session that usually had every Friday at 6 p.m. right? So here we are going to discuss about the current affair events that happened in the last, that is from 5th of July till 11th of July 2025. So before proceeding forward, it's a request to everyone. Please let me know that my voice is clearly audible to everyone and the screen is clearly visible so that we can start our session smoothly. And how are you all and how's the preparations going on? Is everything okay, aspirants? Yeah, yeah. What about the things like, are you getting all the points? And is there any doubt or query that you guys are facing in your agriculture and rural development current affair portions? Please let me know in the comment box so that I'll take specific sessions related to your doubts and nothing will be left uncleared. Okay, everything will be clear in your mind. Okay. So let's continue our discussion. Let's talk about it. So before proceeding forward, as this is a application information related to the application of Hourly Board aspirants, if you are targeting for any competitive exam, be the part of Hourly Board application. Register yourself there. From there, you will get the PDFs of YouTube sessions, and as well as there's so many important courses and sources available for your better preparations of the application of Hourly Board. Be the part of these sources and start your preparations from now onwards without wasting a single second. If you still waste your time in thinking like what to do and what not to do, what to skip and what not to skip, you will be lagging behind in future. Okay, because your friends have started with preparations in the month of January 2025, right? Now, moving forward, this is a batch which is available on the application of Board, and live classes are going on in this batch. Be the part of this batch with a maximum discount. As yesterday we had the Guru Purnima celebration, so you are getting maximum discount on all the batches. Okay, take admission in this batch with maximum discount and started preparations with Board's team. Okay. Now moving forward, so there are like very few events that happened in the last week. Okay, that's from Saturday till Friday. Okay, so let's discuss about the events that happened. So what happened on 8th of July 2025? There was a digital platforms driving efficiency and accountability in agriculture schemes. Okay, says Agriculture Secretary Dr. Devesh Chaturvedi. So, recently what happened, there was a one-day national workshop held. Okay, and the main target of this workshop is to make digital platforms more transparent, more efficient, and more accountable in agricultural schemes. Because the farmers, the agriculture schemes that we are having that are for the farmers, now, if the platforms from where the farmers can access the schemes related information, if they are not so transparent, not so resilient, what will happen? The farmers will not get the information on time and they will not get the benefits that are actually meant for them. Okay, so that's why there was a workshop organized, and that is related to the implementation of the online centralized direct benefit transfer platform version 2.0, that's more advanced version, and Namo Drone Didi Yojana in New Delhi. Okay, so this happened recently, and who organized this particular workshop? It is organized by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, primarily by Mechanization and Technology Division under the submission of farm mechanization. Okay, under the submission of farm mechanization, and the delegates who are present during that workshop, Dr. Devesh Chaturvedi, who is he? He is Secretary of Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Dr. Pramod Kumar Mahindra, who is he? He is Additional Secretary. And Srimati S. Rukumani, who she is Joint Secretary of Mechanization and Technology Division. Okay, so these personalities were present during the workshop. And other than that, yeah, why I mention this information here? See, like these ministers are there. Other than that, officers from the central ministries were there, state agriculture and rural development departments were there, and lead fertilizer companies. Okay, the delegates from lead fertilizer companies were also present during that conference, during that workshop. Okay. Next is another important information, like who had inaugurated that workshop. It was inaugurated by Agriculture Secretary Dr. Devesh Chaturvedi. And what was the main like points that was highlighted during that workshop? Like we talk about the crop specific standard operating procedures. Okay. Other than that, recently, as we observe that this is for the cotton, the season is going for the cotton. Okay, so we observe that cotton crop is shaking, cotton crop is production is declining because of the attack of a pest on the BT cotton. Okay, similarly, whenever we talk about any standard operating procedures, so if there will be crop specific standard operating procedures, so it will help in getting the better productivity of the specific crop that we are dealing in, right? So during that workshop, we talk about the mechanizations, we talk about the farm mechanizations and the tools specifically. So we talk about the crop specific standard operating procedures for application of various forms of soil and plant nutrients using drones in agriculture. Okay. Abhinav Sharma, very good evening to you. Very good evening. See, if we keep on applying the nutrients into the soil in a bulk amount, so that what it will cause like higher basic input cost to the farmers. Okay, and that is of no use now, because if we by using the information provided by soil health card, we will supply the requisite nutrients only into the soil, so that will be more beneficial, like the farmer's cost will be saved, basic input cost will be saved na? So this was also discussed during the workshop. Okay, and standard operating procedures these standard operating procedures will provide scientific guidance and uniformity in drone operations across the country. Okay, so whatever the information that will be provided during that workshop, that will help in uh, maintaining all the agricultural operations scientifically, and wherever the fertilizer application will be needed, that will be more uniform and more specific. Okay, now the chairperson or the person who inaugurated that particular workshop, what was the main points he highlighted there? So let's talk about the highlights of Dr. Devesh Chaturvedi. So he emphasized on the importance of digital platforms. Okay, if the digital platforms are more activated and people are aware about them, so that will help in driving efficiency, and that will help in improving accountability in agricultural schemes, and also discuss how the new version of direct benefit transfer portal and the drone portal under the Namo Drone Didi Yojana was envisioned to make a robust digital system that will create more if the things are always, for example, you went to the bank or you went to certain things for some authentication and other work, okay, and they ask you to wait for 3 4 days and visit again, and they will tell you like what has happened and not. What if your mobile number is connected with the specific site and you will get the updates on your mobile number? Okay, when the things will be updated. So you will be feel like that your time will be saved. Okay, you don't need to do an extra effort because connectivity is there. Digital platform is activated. So similarly, when these digital platforms will be activated for the farmers. They will get all the informations in their hand all the time. So that will create more transparency in the system, and that will also promote fair trade practices, giving every farmer a fair chance to acquire machines with subsidy. Like all the informations, all the subsidy informations, all the machine informations are provided to the farmer with the help of this digital platform. They can access, they can choose which one is good for them, and that's how the practices will be improved. Okay. And other than that, this workshop emphasized on the importance of agriculture mechanization, because if the farmers will start installing this agriculture implements in their field, so that will improve the efficiencies. Okay. And with the help of machines, the work will be completed. Any agriculture work will be completed in like less number of days. Okay, the time will be saved for the farmers, and that time they can invest in any other activity, non-agriculture activities. Also, the improving the delivery system to address the issues of small and the marginal farmers of the country. Okay, see, farmers have some issues. For example, I'm having some issues and I'm calling someone, please solve it, and they are giving me the time like 10 days, 20 days, and all. But if you are having a digital platform where you can directly ask for the feedbacks, you can like ask for the solutions of your problem, and the delivery system will be very quick. So definitely the farmers' issue will be resolved on time, and they will like feel like that the things are very good for them. Na? So this is another important point. Another, let's talk about the NAMO. What is that NAMO Drone Didi Yojana and what are the important points under it? So basically, it's a flagship initiative. Okay, under this, what was happened? This is basically for the women empowerment. One point. There were certain self-help groups who were selected, okay, and they were trained. They were equipped with the drones, okay, how they can and what they do, they start giving the drones on rental basis to the agriculture farmers. Okay, that's how the women will also have some money in their hand, and they are trained like they will also get a value that there's some technology that they are aware about. Okay, and farmers can use these drones in the agriculture field for the application of fertilizers, for the applications of pesticides. Okay, for the spraying of fertilizers and for the spraying of the pesticide. And this newly developed drone portal presented to all states for the reviews will facilitate mapping and tracking of drone operations. Okay, so when anything digitally available, like where are the drones available, so on this drone portal the farmers can register easily, like they need a drone for their agriculture land. Okay, and this drone portal will also have the reviews, good reviews, the ratings about the technologies, like the how the drones are happening, and pilot training and certification management, and access to all stakeholders with a comprehensive dashboard. Okay, all the informations will be there on the dashboard, and all the stakeholders can access the information. That's how there will be more transparency. Okay. Another important thing, now this upgraded portal is a major reform which aimed at resolving long-standing challenges faced by the farmers. So farmers were facing a lot of challenges from the very beginning. Like they were about to install the machines in their agriculture field. They were thinking of using the drone technologies in the spraying of the fertilizer and the pesticide, but they are not aware about from where they get these facilities. For example, there are certain number of students want to prepare for the competitive examination, even though the YouTube classes are available to you, but they are still struggling because they are not because they are not getting, like they are certain confused, like which one to choose and which one to skip. Okay, similar problems was faced by the farmers. They were not such technologies available to the farmers for a very long period of time. So they were facing challenges in accessing the benefits under the summation or agriculture mechanization. They were not getting information about the subsidies and even the delayed subsidies. There was no transparency, manual bottlenecks were addressed. So this new portal will help in resolving all these challenges which were faced by the farmers from the very beginning. Okay. So this is all about this particular news article. Now moving on to the next news article. So recently, as I already told you, and this is very important because in your examination, we can expect that this type of question will definitely be asked. So as it's the growing season for tobacco is going on. Okay. Growing season for tobacco is, sorry, growing season for cotton is going on. So recently it was observed that the cotton production is declining. And what is the region of the declination in the cotton production? It is due to the TSV virus that is affecting our cotton crop. Okay, so to address this challenge, this problem that farmers are facing, okay, Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who is our Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, he announces a meeting, and this meeting is a part of a series of crop-specific meetings. Like different crops are facing the challenges, and how we can overcome these challenges, how we can deal with the challenges. So recently, this virtual meeting held with the farmers or the persons who are directly or indirectly related with the cotton production. And during this meeting, He discussed about that we are facing problems in cotton productivity because of TSV. And what is that TSV is? Let's talk about it. So TSV stands for tobacco streak virus that is affecting our BT cotton. Okay. So cotton production is declining rapidly, putting our farmers in acute distress. So it's our resolve to increase cotton production while reducing input costs as we aim to develop climate resilient, high quality seeds that can withstand viral attack. Okay. So during this meeting, he discussed about all the parameters, and as we are focused towards improving our cotton productivity, but the attack of this virus on our BT cotton, okay, has changed the scenarios. Now the farmers are in a distress condition, acute distress condition. So that's why our Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, he held a meeting. Okay, and he discussed all the specific measures we can adopt to treat our crops from this disease or the tobacco mosaic virus attack. Okay, and in this meeting, cotton growing farmers, representatives of cotton growing farmers, farmers organizations, renowned scientists from ICAR, and agriculture ministers from cotton producing states, state government officials, representatives from the state industry, and agriculture university experts, they all become the part of this meeting, and they discussed about the challenges and how we can overcome it, how we can work upon it. Okay, so this is a very important news, like which of the following microorganism recently found affecting our cotton productivity. So that is TSV, that is tobacco streak virus. Okay, so that's all about this news. Now moving on the next news article. So what happened? So for modernizing India's animal husbandry sector and quality production stakeholder workshop. So this is see, in the beginning we talk about a workshop that was related with the submission on farm mechanization. And this is there's another workshop that held on 9th of July 2025, and it was held in Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi. Okay, and this workshop was based on modernizing India's animal husbandry sector. There's a need to modernize our animal husbandry sector so that we will have quality production. Okay, and this workshop was organized by like which particular uh, association is related with the organizing of this workshop. So it was organized by the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, which comes under the Ministry of Fisheries. And it was held highlighting this. So what was the major objective of having this workshop? To highlight the themes of transforming India's agriculture, horticulture, dairy, fisheries processing through technology and innovation, which was in line with the fourth conference of chief secretaries, sixth departmental summits. Okay. Now, and who was the chairperson of this workshop? As we discussed about the chairperson in the first section also. Na? So who was the chairperson of this conference or this workshop? So it was chaired by Srimati Alka Upadhyay. Who is she? Is a secretary, Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy. Okay. And the discourse brought together. So during that conference, center government, state, union territories, national and National Dairy Development Board, Milk Federation, and other key stakeholders from across the country, they all participated. They all become the part of this workshop. And what was the objective of having this workshop? Like why this workshop was held? So it's one of the objective is to deliberate on strategies to modernize the animal husbandry sector that will help in enhancing the productivity and ensure quality driven growth through innovations and technology adoption. So all these points were discussed during that conference or during that workshop. Okay. And yeah, see, recently I took a session where I discussed about the statistical report related to the gross value of output or gross value added. Okay, so that was also discussed during that workshop. So Srimati Alka Upadhyay, who is she? Is Secretary, Department of Animal Husbandry and the Dairying, Government of India. She highlighted that. See, animal husbandry is there's a need to think about this sector like the farm. This can be this can be a good source of income for the farmers if they are able to integratively utilize all the resources that are available to them. So animal husbandry is considered as a cash generative sector. And how much it contributes? It contributes 30% of the country's total agriculture gross value added. Okay. And there's a need for innovation, better quality, stronger collaboration at the national and the state level. Said that formation of more farmers. Now we have 10,000 FPOs. Now there's a need to focus on more FPOs. Affirmed Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy's commitment to aligning with global standards for a modern, resilient animal husbandry sector. Okay, so this is all about it. Now moving on the next question. So what happened? Like this is about the 10th July. So which day we recognize on 10th July? It is a National Fish Farmers Day. Okay, National Fish Farmers Day is observed on 10th of July every year. Okay, now this is about the preparation for the celebration. Next article or the next news will discuss about what actually happened and what actually discussed during National Fish Farmers Day celebration. Okay, so National Fish Farmers Day is is recognized. I'll tell you. Okay, in the next slide we will have the related information. But here let's talk about it first. So we know that fish is very important. Like fish. Rearing, fish production, fish culturing is considered as a mean of livelihood for all those families who are living in the coastal areas. Okay, so that National Fish Farmers Day is a tribute to the unwavering dedication of fish farmers who play a pivotal role in strengthening India's food security, meeting the growing demand for fish-based proteins and driving rural employment. Okay, so their efforts not only sustain, so what the efforts that fish farmers are doing, so it not only helps in sustaining millions of livelihood, but also contributes significantly to the nation's vision of sustainable aquaculture and a thriving blue economy. Okay, so who is associated with National Fish Farmers Day celebration? Let's talk about him. It is important. So what happened? Like National Fish Farmers Day celebrated to honor and commemorate the contribution of Professor Dr. Hiralal Chaudhary and his colleague Dr. K.H. Ali Kunhai in the Indian fishery sector who had guided the induced breeding and reproduction in Indian major carps by hypophysation technique. Okay, so they first time used a hypophysation technique like artificial hormonal techniques basically for inducing the breedings and reproduction in Indian major calves when on 9th of July in the year 1957. And this like introduction of a new practice in the fish sector that eventually leads to a revolution in inland aquaculture. Inland basically your freshwater aquaculture. Because of these practices, we observe that freshwater aquaculture had emerged out as a like a move. Okay, and the intent of celebrating this day is to recognize the contributions made by fish farmers, entrepreneurs, and the fishermen to the development of the nation's fishery sector and to create an ecosystem to collectively think and discuss the ways to sustainably manage our fisheries resources. Okay, now this National Fish Farmers Day. This is very important platform to acknowledge the significant role. Okay, so this day is like we have the different days now, like we discuss about the environment day on 5th of June to aware the people about the environment, and we should do certain practices, we should adopt certain practices so that we can eradicate the negative impact that we are causing on the environment. Similarly, this National Fish Farmers Day is a day which is dedicated for the farmers, like their efforts are acknowledged. Okay, like what kind of roles they are playing in bringing out the good nutritional food to the individuals or the people. Okay, so this serves as a this serves as an important platform to acknowledge the significant role played by fish farmers in meeting the growing demands for fish protein, generating employment opportunities, and contributing to the country's food security. It highlights their dedication and innovation in adopting modern aquaculture techniques, improving fish productivity, and conserving the aquatic resources. Okay, and over the years, the new technologies comes out, and we just found that the fishery sector had a very good potential. Okay, and because of the scientific research and the technological intervention, now we had acknowledged that there is a remarkable advancement in the fishery sector that we are observing. Okay, so this day is to recognize all these things, right? And now the government of India has also taken a lot of efforts in developing or transforming the fishery sector. Okay, and since 2015, government of India has infused accumulative investment to the tune of rupees 38,572 crore in the fishery sector. And this data is important. Let's talk about this data. As a result of these efforts, India's fish production has more than, now we had observed our fish production has doubled, more than doubled. Okay, so in fiscal year 2013-14, it was 95.79 lakh tons, and now it is more than double. That is 195 lakh tons in fiscal year 2014-15, which is astonishing 104% growth. Inland fisheries and aquaculture alone have seen a 140% increase, showcasing the power of India's water resources and what kind of bold decisions government has taken in this sector, because of which we had observed a good growth. Okay, we had observed a good growth in the fishery sector. Another important information, so the data related to the fish sector, that is important. So let's talk about it. So what we are observing that the seafood export have witnessed another success story, have crossed 60,500 crore, affirming India's global leadership in shrimp exports. And shrimp production has jumped by 270% over the last decade, generating lakhs of employment opportunities and empowering fishers community in the country. Department of Fisheries, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairy celebrated the National Fish Farmers Day at ICAR, Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture, Bhubaneswar on 10th of July. Okay, so it was decided, okay, on 10th of July is a National Fisheries Day, National Fish Farmers Day. So on this day, all these points were discussed and another important measures were taken in the fishery sector. Okay, so is there any doubt in this point or we have to move further? Yeah, please let me know about your queries and then I'll start discussion on the next topic. Any doubt or anything you want to know? Okay, let's talk about the another important point. So this was all discussed, and this event was graced by like these individuals were available during that like curtain raising event of National Fish Farmers Day. Okay, and during their celebrations, our Union Minister he launched a series of key initiatives in the fisheries sector, which are related with new fisheries cluster, release of ICR training calendars, unveiling of guidelines on seed certification, hatchery operations. Or the main aim of doing all these initiatives is to ensure quality, standardization, and capacity building in the fishery sector. Okay. Now, so what happened exactly on the day, on the final D-Day of this? So on that day, Union Minister for Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and the Dairy, Shri Rajiv Ranjan Singh ji, and he is also the Minister of Panchayat Raj. He launched 17 new fisheries cluster under the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. And what's the aim of launching 17 new fisheries cluster? To boost and upscale the fisheries sector. And by adding these new 17 clusters, new 17 clusters to the existing 17 clusters, now the total number of fisheries clusters across the country is 34. Furthermore, Union Minister inaugurated and laid foundation stone for 70 projects with an outlay of rupees 105 crore covering 11 states. So all these things happened there. Okay. So that's all about. So in the last week, the major events were around the submission on farm mechanization, one event, and the second event was around the this National Fish Farmers Day. and for the development of animal husbandry. Okay, so these were the major events that happened in the last week, which are important for your exam. Okay, so that's how I'm ending your session for now. But before ending today's session, aspirants, I just want to tell you this is a batch which is available on the application of Audible. So if you are targeting the NABARD grade examination or you want to prepare with the team of Audible, you can be the part of this batch. Okay, here you will get the static classes and the current affairs sessions as well that will help you in your better preparations. Okay, so here I'm ending a session for today. We'll meet in the next class. Bye bye and take care.